Hello goat-funded traders! How are you today? I hope that you're great. In this video, I want to discuss with you more about challenges in general. I want to explain you how to pass them faster because I know that it's a struggle. I've been there. I'm a Proform user, and some time ago, I remember that I thought that challenges are impossible to pass, and actually owning a live account with a Proform is far from reality, and I should put a lot of work in. But actually, there are a couple of steps that you are going to repeat, and if you're going to follow these easy steps, you're going to get funded. And if I was wrong, please let me know in the comments. If I was right, I would like to hear your story. So listen to my first point. I know, and you should acknowledge the fact that challenges are different from a live account. So the way that you're going to trade on a challenge is way different from the way that you're going to trade on the received live account. When you're trading on a challenge, you won't actually receive any profits most of the time. You bought a challenge and basically you are trying to pass it, right? So you won't really benefit in any way from the challenge. The real benefits will come only when you will receive the live account. So the only benefit about the challenge is the fact that you can obtain this live account, right? When you're paying for a challenge and you're trading, then there's something wrong that happens in the psychology, in the brain of the traders. Traders focus too much on the outcome. They think of the result. They think of obtaining that live account. But why don't you first get a piece of paper and create the plan for passing the challenge? Calculate the risk management, calculate everything, calculate how many trades you need to take, the best case scenario, the worst case scenario, and so on. So first you need to have a plan, and to actually make sense, you have to pay attention for it. If you create a plan and you kind of know in your subconsciousness that it won't really work, why do you continue with that plan? Simply change it. And of course, when you're trading, try to focus on the trades, on the setups, on the whole trading plan. Forget about obtaining the live account for now because you're far away from it. If you went for the 2 steps challenge, you have step 1, then step 2, and then you're going to trade on the live account. And those are 3 simple steps if you take them one by one. If you think too far in the future and you don't take it step by step, there are chances that you won't even get to that specific future moment that you thought of. And most of the times people think of getting the live account, right? Oh wow, I'm so excited. I'm gonna get rich quick just because I obtained this live account and I'm getting profits from Proforms. Yeah, this is true. Proforms are a really valuable tool. And by the way, goat-funded trader tries to create the best conditions for the trader in order for you to pass these challenges fast and obtain the live account at a low cost. But you still have to put the work in, that's the reality. So focus on the trades, focus on the plan, focus on the risk management, and the results will come. Do not focus on the result already. The second thing that I want to talk about are emotions. Usually when you're trading on a brokerage account, you won't face these kind of emotions. And that is because probably you're trading with a small amount. You don't have rules. You basically decide the rules for yourself. But when you're trading with a Proform, you know that you can get a lot of capital for a small initial payment, which is the challenge. And after you pass the challenge, you will get refunded for the initial fee as well. So it's basically free money to trade with. So it's huge. You get excited. You have mixed emotions. Some of you will feel fear in the moment when you start to lose the trades. Some of you will feel discouraged if you do not pass a certain amount of challenges. But the truth is, even when you're passing challenges, you need to create a plan for passing the challenges. Like, that's another thing besides trading. Do not give up immediately after failing 2 challenges. Analyze what you did wrong or what you did right. Maybe you did everything right, but you got unlucky. The trades weren't in your favor, so it is what it is. You lost the challenges, that's cool. But understand that it's a challenge. There are some rules there. You will feel some kind of emotions because this is how Proforms operate, right? You need to focus for a period of time. You need to pass a challenge and then you will get the reward, which is large capital to trade with. That's extremely exciting. And imagine that some years ago, this wasn't possible. So you either learn how to accept these emotions and use them in your favor or try to avoid them at all. When you accept the fact that you can either pass a challenge or fail a challenge, that's when your emotions will show up less. Because you already know there are 2 outcomes. You either work on these challenges and you will actually pass them, or you work on these challenges and you will fail a couple of times and then you will try again and again and again, and eventually you will get to the live account, and the profits that you make in the live account will of course cover even the fees that you paid for the initial challenges that you failed. And now the most important piece of advice that I have is more like a technical one, is surprisingly to try to risk more. Of course, when you have a live account, you're going to minimize your risk again. You will risk maximum 1, 0.5%. Those are some examples. But when you're trading in a challenge, realize that you don't obtain any profits from the challenge. It's just a phase that you need to pass, right? It's just a contest, basically. So in order to pass this contest, and if you want to pass it faster, of course you have to increase a little bit the risk. If you want to go low risk on challenges, yeah, you can do that, but it will take way longer. Maybe for some of you it doesn't make sense, but I'm going to explain you why I believe that this is the best way to do it. How are those accounts made? You pay a small fee in order to obtain a large amount of capital to trade with, and you receive most of the returns. You're trading with leverage, so the returns can be extremely convenient. Well, what you paid initially isn't huge. It's a small tax that you paid, right? Now, if you're not sure if you're going to pass an account, because honestly nobody is, instead of going for a 200k account from the start, why don't you secure some money and invest in multiple 50k accounts? Because you will have more chances to pass the accounts, and maybe you can pass them all, you don't even know, and you can merge these accounts. So again, back to the risk. You understood that you're paying a small amount of money for these challenges. So it's okay if you risk more, because it's not like live real trading where you invest 100k and if you lose this 100k, you actually lost this amount of money. No, when you're trading with prop firms, when you lose a 100k account, you actually lost the challenge fee that you paid initially. So is it really a big deal compared to if you used your own funds? I don't think so. So for example, this is my own strategy for passing challenge accounts. First of all, I start with a small risk of 1%. If my trades went great and I'm in profit, for example, let's say 2%, I'm going to start to increase my risk because I have this 2% that I can use in my favor. So from now on until the end of the challenge, if I'm not in drawdown, I'm going to risk 2% on all the trades. If I'm in drawdown, yes, I'm going to stick to 1%. But if I'm already in profit, it doesn't bother me. I can go with the 2% risk. So those are my pieces of advice. I strongly believe that if you follow them consistently, you're going to get funded, you're going to make profits, you're going to receive payouts. But in order for this scheme to work and for you to obtain live accounts, you need to put a lot of work in, you need to have patience, and you need to try over and over again if it's needed, right? So let me know what you think in the comments, let me know if this video helped you, and I'm really curious if you're going to try this approach on passing challenges. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check our website, our challenge rules, and you're going to see that those are actually the best ones that exist in the markets nowadays.